As it became clear Monokuma was not going to budge, the class began to discuss this new motive.
So, do we start confessing?
Himiko wondered aloud.
Like hell.
Miu protested.
I don't know about you dumbasses, but I ain't telling anyone anything.
You fail to account for the fact that Monokuma already has your darkest secret.
Kirumi reminded the inventor.
It's not as though you would be telling him something he doesn't know.
Well, what if I confessed something else?
Miu argued.
What if my idea of a darkest secret is different from his?
The foul-mouthed girl had a point. None of them could truly be certain what Monokuma had meant by their darkest secret. Thus far, the only one with any understanding was Maki. Harukawa-san? Kaede chimed in. I know you're not allowed to talk about the secret you learned, and I get that you don't want us to know your darkest secret, but...
Don't worry.
The red-eyed girl cut off.
What I know now is not enough to make me kill someone.
The pianist sighed in relief. Thank goodness. So, that just leaves the question. Shuichi interjected. Should we confess or not? I guess raise your hands if you want to confess, Kaede offered. Maki raised her hand, feeling she was somewhat obligated. A few seconds went by with no one moving an inch. However, quick as a flash, the long silent trio of Angie, Kibo, and Gonta all raised their hands in support. Angie has always believed that confessing is good for the soul, and God totally wants us to do it. Well, okay, but 4 votes still isn't enough, Kaede pointed out. Angie knows that and all, but come on, you guys. God's telling us the right call. Gonta agree with Angie, and God no steer Gonta wrong yet. I also feel that this is for the best, Kibo affirmed. The mechanical student's words left a few tilting their heads. Wait, you believe in God? Kaito asked. Indeed, the existence of a God seems quite logical to me, Kibo replied.
What exactly does a robot gain from religion?
Kirumi inquired. Well, I admit it seems odd on the surface of it, but it explains a lot from my perspective, Kibo informed them. You see, I have often heard a voice within me, guiding me when I am lost or confused, and Anji-san's teachings have helped me to realize that this is God watching over me. I hear voices in my head! They counsel me, they understand! The group all turned to face their last commenter, the strangely quiet Kokichi. His loud outburst gained him the ear of everyone in the room, though none of them knew the meaning of his strange claim. He simply wore a look of disappointment. Just me? Really? Aww. Like, OMG, Kokichi, are you saying that you also believe in God? Angie asked excitably. Kokichi merely quirked an eyebrow. He paused for a moment before hanging his head low. He spoke out softly in a very serious tone. Your God, are they forgiving? In what regard? Angie clarified. Well, the more I think about it, Kokichi began to sniffle. The more I start to think I was wrong before. That maybe Chabashira-san's death really was my fault.
Because it was.
Himiko kept to herself. I know I can't bring her back, Kokichi said with a sob. And I know the others still won't forgive me, but maybe God can... As Kokichi broke into yet another outpouring of tears, Angie rushed over and took the shorter boy into a comforting hug. It's okay, Kokichi. God knows that you are trying to do something good, and God's gonna talk with Tenko's spirit, and he's gonna make her see that too. Then she doesn't hate me? Kokichi asked. Of course not, Angie replied, now stroking the dictator's hair. Hate doesn't do anyone any good. God's there for you, and so am I. Kokichi smiled, and it seemed almost real this time. Thank you, Angie-san. Angie gave a similar smile and turned to the other students. See what happens when you let God into your heart? Even someone like Kokichi, who seemed like super mean, can become a better person. That's why I'd like to extend an open invitation to join us.
Join what, precisely?
Maki inquired. The art club, Angie explained. We meet up in my lab and we discuss how God affects us, and we can express our love for God and our fellow man through art. And I think we just got our 4th member. Kokichi smirked. That sounds great, Angie-san. All right, let's take you back to the lab so we can talk, okay? The group of 4 made their way out of the auditorium, Kokichi briefly shooting his fellow students one of his old-fashioned glares. His message was clear. He was planning again.
Seriously, are we gonna do something about that piece of shit?
Miyu wondered. We can't now, Shuichi noted. Angie-san's club will likely try to protect him, and, well, Gonta-kun is a part of their group.
So what? We let him pull more of his crap?
Miyu shot back. For now, we just have to keep our eyes peeled, Kaede countered. Oma's dangerous, but he's not reckless. It'll probably be a while before he does anything else.
So now what?
Ryoma threw out. I think we've gotten all we can get done today, the pianist responded. Best we just sleep on it and come up with new ideas in the morning. The class muttered some general agreements and all went their separate ways. Soon Maki was the only one left, and she stood in contemplation. Kokichi had made an unexpected move, but he wasn't the only one who could do that. As Kaede made her way to the grassy area by the dorms, in preparation for her nightly workouts, she was greeted by her 3 compatriots not hard at work. Rather, they were sitting in a circle, with the boys looking confused while Maki wore a rather grim visage.
Good, you're here.
The folk caretaker commented.
Now we can begin.
Begin what? Kaede asked.
We need to talk strategy.
End of chapter 21.